Hey guys, it's Leo, and today we're going to be making our first mobile app. So let's get started. We're going to be using a tool called App Inventor from MIT. For this, you will need a Gmail account, so make sure you make one already. Now, let's get started on our app. So first, we're going to search for App Inventor. App Inventor. And it should be the one which says appinventor.mit.edu. You'll arrive on the page. Click on the Create Apps, which will be on the top right of the page. You should arrive at the page where you have to choose your Google account or enter the credentials for one in. So we're going to choose Workshop4Me and enter your password. You should arrive at this page. To make our first project, click on Start New Project on the top left of the page. And it's going to be called Talk to Me. You can't have spaces, by the way. So now we're completely ready to begin to make our first app. But before that, let us familiarize ourselves with the UI. On the left, we've got the palette, where you can choose random components to add to your app. And they're all sorted out into several tabs, so you can choose exactly what you want. In the middle, you've got your viewer, which gives you an idea of how your app may look like. On the right, you've got your components, where you can see all the components you have. Below that, you've got the media, where you can add media files to your app. And on the rightmost, you've got properties, where you can select your components and view and change properties about them. So first, we'll need a button. Head over to the palette and under the user interface, drag and drop the button from the user interface onto the screen. And let go. In the palette, click on the Media tab and choose Text-to-Speech. Drag and drop it from the palette onto the viewer. If you notice, it's going to jump down into the non-visible components. That's fine, as you can't actually see sound. Click on the button, and in the properties, scroll down a bit until you see text, and change the text from text for button 1 to talk. Now you're ready. Let's head over and program it. On the top right, you should see a button called Blocks. Click on it. You should arrive at this page. On the left, you've got the blocks, or the code bits, which you'll need to be able to make your app, any app you want. And they're all sorted out and color-coded. In the middle, you've got your viewer, where you can see all the code you've written. So first, we're going to click on Button, and when button 1 .click do, drag and drop it into the viewer. Now, click on Text-to-Speech. Choose the purple thing which says Call Text-to-Speech1.speak message. Drag and drop it and put it just underneath the when button 1 .click. You should see a small arrow and let go. You should hear a satisfying click. There we go. Now head on over to the blocks and choose text, the red thing. And then choose the one with the small quotey thingies on it. Drag and drop it and put it into the space where it's missing a block. And now in your message, you should type, "Great, you just made your first app." So now to test your app, you've got one of two options. First, you could head on over to the Connect on the top and choose AI Companion. For this, you'll have to install an Android app on your Android tablet or phone. The app is called MIT App Inventor Companion. After you've installed the app, launch it. Now, on your computer, click on AI Companion. And on your phone, click on Scan QR Code. And proceed to scan the QR code. And just like that, you can see your app on your phone screen. Turn up the volume and click on Talk.
Great, you just made your first app.
Great, so it works. But I don't think that this app is Play Store ready yet. So we're going to add 2 more features. First, let's head on over to the designer to add the components we need. In the user interface on the left in the palette, drag and drop the text box right above the Talk button and let go. If you see, we've got a bit too many components. It would be helpful to rename them so in the future you don't have confusion. This is not needed yet, but it's a good practice to have when you make much more complicated apps. So what we're going to do, we're going to click on button 1 in the components and click on rename and write talk_button, as you can't have spaces. Great, and now we can head on over to the blocks. Take away the random red thing which you just wrote and put it in the trash can, because we won't need that anymore. Now, go into your text box. Scroll down a bit until you see a light green block which says textbox1.text. Drag and drop it into the speak message. Now, if you check on your phone, you should have a text box, and below that your talk button. So type something which you want your phone to say. And then click on talk.
Great guys, cool app.
This is great and all, but I promised you one more feature. When it shakes, it talks. For that, we're going to go into Designer. And under the palette, we're going to go into Sensors and choose the accelerometer sensor. If you see, it's going to jump down into the non-visible components. I think we should call the accelerometer sensor Alex from now on to keep it easy. So now, go on to blocks. Click on Alex and choose when Alex.shaking do. Now go into your text-to-speech and choose the purple block again. And this time in the speak message, we're going to go into our text, choose the quote thing again, and write something which we want to hear when our phone is shaking. For example, if you need constant motivation while going running, you should make it say, keep on running. Keep on running. So now we're ready to check our app. You may need to go into Connect and reset your connection and click on AI Companion again. And on your phone, you're going to have to close the app and reopen it. This is just to make sure that we've got the latest version of the app. Because if you make too many changes, App Inventor finds it kind of hard to be able to show your changes live straight away. So scan the QR code once again. Now your app should open up. When you shake your phone,
Keep on running. Keep on running. Keep on running.
So yeah,
Keep on running.
we've done all of the features we said we would. And this app is kind of useful for those people who need motivation. So there you have it. That's our first step. Stay tuned until next time, because we will be go-karting down Mount Everest and battling sharks. And until then,
Keep on running.